The soldiers went into enemy territory, and the reason why his friend didn't get killed because his tzitzis was sticking out. The story goes that two soldier cars in the army in Eretz Yisrael went into enemy territory, and it was a very, very secret mission, and they didn't even let each other know. And they came out face to face in the cars, and the soldiers almost, one of them almost, they both pulled out the guns. They thought it was people trying to get them. And the reason why he didn't get killed was because his tzitzis was sticking out. The idea of Uzchartem, it's not only the meaning of Uzchartem, kol mitzvahs, you'll remember all the mitzvahs. It's the idea that somebody else will see you and you could save your life from this idea that you have tzitzis and it's sticking out. In continuation to the meaning of tzitzis, he starts in Siman Yod, Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, teflin. Baruch Hashem, I was able to get this brainwash chinuch of having teflin wherever you go. Baruch Hashem, this is my teflin bag. It's a stickle ripped. The zipper is broken. Over here it's Kitzur. The nekuda is that this teflin, Baruch Hashem, was able to put on thousands of people. I remember in one of the very many stories, we went to the Karpata Mountains in Ukraine to a resort. We were there. The shliach that we were by in Chernovsky gave them a sefer Torah for the resort. They were there in the summer. We were there. The shliach went to Eretz Yisrael. He gave them a sefer Torah. The idea is we went there. We went to ATVing, and it was getting light. It was getting dark outside. It was getting closer to Shkia, and it was also raining. And I took my tefillin with me, and it was I stuck it in my jacket, and I took the tefillin. We were driving the whole way. We went around the rides. We did the trail, and after we returned to ATVs, it was almost shki. It was getting dark outside. We don't speak Russian, Ukrainian, whatever it was. We're going around, and we meet some guy. No, vivre da. He was Jewish. He said, "Yeah, no, the teflin. You want to put on teflin? Mitzvah rabota. It's a great mitzvah." Kitzur, he didn't really know. With our broken Russian, we spoke to the guy, and we got a karkafta literally seconds before Shkia. We never met the guy. The guy was not a younger guy. He was an older guy, a yid. We put on him teflin. So he starts here in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch in Hilchos Tefillin. In the continuation to tzitzis, he says, mitzvahs, tefillin, he gamkein mitzvah yikara made. It is a very great mitzvah. The whole entire Torah is compared to the tefillin. It's huksha to tefillin. Like it says, we find the connection between the whole Torah and the tefillin. One pasuk says, the Abish's Torah should be in your mouth. Then someone that says that doesn't put on tefillin, he is in the category of somebody which is a poisha yisrael begufa. He is actually going against the Eibusher and against the Yidden with his physical body. Psulin, and someone that puts on pasal tefillin, not only is he not being mekayim a mitzvah, every time he puts it on in the tefillin apostle, he's being mekayim, he's being over on the idea of brachas levatala. And therefore, your doctor recognize tefillin sefer mumche v'yirah. Person should be medayik to buy tefillin from a sefer mumche and a yirah shemayim. Not only the tefillin, also the straps. Yikne mi ish ne'eman, a worthy person shubatuach. She is abdul shmoy me'irais toy hairais. That the leather of the Ritzuas was made l'shma, and in the Tahir the Gaifin for the shame Kedushas tefillin. When they say not because of the great Avedis, Rabba HaMachshela, the Masha Kedim tefillin the Ritzuas mimandahu. The Aveda, and today unfortunately brings down the halacha. People just buy tefillin mimandahu. You could have somebody selling you tefillin Shuk Ben Yehud in Eretz Yisrael, some Arab or some other guy which might look like a Yiddish Shemayim, no matter where it may be. You don't know where he got the tefillin from. You don't know if he was the person that made it, or they had it l'shem, the mitzvah, the kedusha of tefillin. The fish, bazol, because you want to buy it for cheaper. You want to buy cheap. The cheapest tefillin will give it the guy miftoi. Hey, psulin, and it comes out that these tefillin, these ritzuas are pasul. Somebody which is Yiddish Shemayim, you should put his heart. If on his clothes, it's the right and it's proper. So the same thing, and even more so, the Eibishter's mitzvah, which bets him, the tzivui, a connection for you. You could tell yourself, clothes, okay, I'll wear fancy clothes. But somebody else, will give him shmatis. Over here, the Eibishter says, you want to connect to me? It's, in other words, it's help yourself in the very simple. You shouldn't be cheap on the money when it comes to a mitzvah, something that you are making the Eibishter's name great, something, a mitzvah you put on every day. Make sure you buy it kosher, even if it is expensive. You should watch them. It should be kosher, it should be the right way, and it should be black, and the bayis, and the retsuos, the whole tefillin should be the right kosher. You should always paint your retsuos, the shuman, shehiyu, shchaydim, with the black paint, with the schmaltz, whatever you want to call the paint, the right thing that you use to make the tefillin black. You shouldn't use oil from a fish. There is a certain oil that people would use, and if it is tummy, you should not use it. It's good to get the paint with the hechsher on it, which is kosher that paint. Doesn't mean you could eat it if it's kosher, but the idea is that it's kosher for using for tefillin. There's no tummy. The oil, the paint that is in the paint for tefillin is from kosher. And I feel like if the tefillin get a little damage, even a little bit, or if the sewing of the tefillin, there's sewing in the tefillin, there's in the bayis, there's different sewings. You should go right away to Rav if they're kosher. How many tefillas opened up? If it's one, if it's two right next to each other, if it's three not right next to each other, whatever it may be, you should ask the shaylas chacham. And you should be very, very careful and important in the corners of the tefillin, and especially the tefillin shel l'roish, because a lot of times he says that they could get damaged and they could get a hole in it. So the tefillin over here, you have four corners. You have here four corners. The edges, you have to be careful that they don't get rounded off or they get holy. But ba'etzem, people make a mistake and they think it's only four corners. There's also these corners over here. These corners, and also on the bottom, this whole idea of keeping all the corners that they shouldn't become round or damaged. The ritzuos, black on black, paint all the time. And the main idea of tefillin is that the ritzuos should always be black, more than the actual bayis. The bayis, of course, has to be black, but the tefillin, the ritzuos, Allah and it's ma'akiv, even if there's a little bit of the tefillin which are not black. And it's found a lot because tefillin get a little older, that a little bit of the leather of the tefillin on the reish, they get disconnected, you get separated, and it could be puzzle. You have to be careful to always look at the tefillin, watch it, look after the tefillin. And anyone which is careful to have kedusha and tefillin, and not to speak stam dvarim bטלים in your tefillin. He will have a long life, and there's avtacha that he will go to Olam Haba. Shenemar Hashem Aleim. What does it mean, Hashem Aleim? The people that carry Hashem, Yחיו, they will live. Shenoisi Aleim Shem Havai V'tzil Yחיו. L'chel B'Chayi Ruchei Tachlumei Hachayeni. It's the whole idea of the people that carry on themselves the Eibush, the lashon of Yechai Hashem Aleim Yחיו. It's the idea of life, Ruchi, that the Eibishter will give them and repay them with life and ruach and heal them from their sicknesses. And it's the idea of Hachayuni, that they're being Mechai, the Eibishter will be Mechai them back. Teflin hu milashin pelila v'yichacha. Teflin is from the lashon of pelila yichacha, which is the idea that it's a proof, it's a connection, it's a kasher, it's something which connects us to the Eibishter. It's also a proof. We know you didn't have three oisiyos. There's Teflin, Shabbos, and a Bris Milah. Milachein, and therefore, Halamed, the Gusha, Lamala is Chistran Hashniya. The Lamed is a B'Hadgasha, it's an emphasis on the Lamed to be Male, the Chisaran of the Lamed Shniya of Pelila. The word Pelila and Teflin are the same idea. So in Teflin there's one lamed, so therefore there's an emphasis on the Teflin, which is b'makam ha-pelila. Pelila has two lameds and Teflin has one. So in the word Teflin we emphasize on the pelila. Ki ha-Teflin and eidus, they are a eidus. V'hichacha sha'ashchina sheira aleinu, that the Shechina is resting upon us. We're wearing Teflin, we're showing that the Eibishter is resting upon us. Like it says in the pasuk, all the nations will see that we are what we are carrying on ourselves, the Eibishter's name again. And the Chacham learn the Torahs. These are the Teflin Shebereish. There's the idea of Hashem Aleim Yחיו. Teflin Shebereish. Sheyesh bo shin. It has on it the shin. Hashem Shakai. The tefillin should not be covered while you're wearing it on your head. It's going to be covered legamri, totally. And the whole idea of the shin on the tefillin is shem avaya shakai, like you just mentioned in the pasuk, that the Ummah Yisraelim will see that Yidden put on tefillin, and we know that in Eretz Yisrael by the different wars. When the soldiers put on tefillin, the oivim, the Arabim ran away, and they didn't know why. The soldiers didn't know why, and they took a few of the Arabim and they asked them, "Why were you afraid? Why are you running away?" And they said that we saw that the Yidden, we saw from afar, they put on these pushkas, these little boxes, and they got afraid. And I heard this ma'isa kama v'kama palmim and different ideas from Harav Kutirap Hashem Yimkin Domei, a Yid which was involved in the Indian of Shleimus Haaretz. So we have this idea of being careful in the idea of wearing tefillin and being mahadir in the mitzvah of tefillin.